There seems to be a dual aspect to the monistic fundamental nature of reality that you're drawing like picture. So that data logic would, those are the dual aspects of the entity that they form, if you will. But ultimately, what I believe is important, and in what really where the game begins, is to try to reconcile that infinite regress, because you know, when we talk about something absolute and we want to reach an absolute, it means unquestionable, right? I would imagine that that's what people are trying to.
It means without exception.
Exactly, without exception. So to achieve that, I think it's important to get away from that infinitely regressive question. You could say then, what is that data logic, right?
Yeah, what's the infinite regress exactly? Because from my perspective, to define one of the elements as non-contingent is already to halt the regression. You can't have a regression at that point.
Sure, I know what you mean, but when the moment that you give a qualia to whatever it is that is non-contingent, and the quality you've given it is data logic, at that point it becomes the infinite regress steps in, because you have to ask, well, what is that? What is data? It's that which is non-contingent, but that becomes
no, it's not just. That's the thing, is it's not just that which is non-contingent. It's
okay.
It's non-contingent, uninterpreted information. So the secondary assumption is that something like that the world is there before you come along and look at it.
Yeah, so that's where consciousness comes in, right? You say uninterpreted, meaning you've isolated consciousness as well. So you've gotten away from.
Not that I've isolated consciousness. Just the commonplace idea that the world is there before you come along and look at it. Like, the world is made up of information, what we would call information, even though strictly speaking, what information means is data that you've used to inform yourself about how things are, right? The world is made up of stuff, and you come along and observe that stuff. Its existence doesn't depend on you observing it.
No, I understand. Yeah, it's an existentialist point of view, but that's why I'm curious. So now, when we are talking about you know, consciousness and you interpreting all this stuff, how does it fit in? And also, because we come in to ask the question and interpret things, which that's where infinite regress also steps in, because you have to ask, well, what is this data logic that we are now interpreting?